Okay. Oh, oh, too far. Okay. Right there. Some.
Okay, these is the bags that came off the 38 Knucklehead. They've had some repair, big surprise. This whole top piece has been replaced. These are original bags, these are not Buick, these are Harley Davidson. It says right here. Now, people put this stuff on for decoration. These are put on, you could buy them at the time, this has been put on. These are the original trims here, these are plastic. So these are a lot of times called alligator bags because the texture of the leather, they're rough. So they've been repaired a couple places. I'm going to send them over to my guy. You know, a buddy of mine, Paul, was having me look at some bags. I said, well, the stitching was wrong and different, and it was way too soft and supple, and it looked like they'd just been remade as old bags and tried to pawn off as old bags. I didn't believe they were real. These are definitely the real. All the straps have been replaced. The center section has been replaced with this here. So we're going to send them off to my guy and have him go over it and repair better so I can actually use these bags on this bike and not drop stuff out the bottom. Won't be able to put heavy stuff in, but you know, light stuff. So you know, repair a little bit better here and that sort of stuff. See, we got a hole here. So I'll leave it up to him what we want to do, but we want to try and save them as much as possible. I haven't put the special juju on it yet. They're still fairly soft and supple, but they're just old. So I want to see what he has to say about them, what he wants to do. Now, what's real interesting about these bags, at one time they had a rail all the way around with some kind of little jewels on it. Somebody's taken that off. These bags may or may not have come with this bike. We'll never know. So the aging is right. If they did come with this bike, as rough as I suspect some of the pieces got, which is why we have some NOS pieces, I'd be quite amazed. Anyhow, this is what I got with the bike. So we're just going to stick these over to the side here for now. I'm not going to put them back on until I have my guy go back over them, unless I get magically lucky and find a good set of real bags that are in much better shape. So, I just got these recently. This is an eBay buy. And we have modern washers, because it's going to go on the inside. I'm just going to stick them up here for now. So I'm going to put this rear end together right now tonight. Now, I'm either going to be moving the shop, we're going to look at a shop tomorrow, hopefully we'll get it, in which case all this goes up, boom. My landlord's being recalcitrant about writing me a lease of what I need to do to stay here. So it doesn't look like we're going to be staying here. And so that's our little situation, where we seem to be at. So, we're going to go ahead and put this on. See how this, I like it. So, yeah, okay, I can just do the one big washer and the small washer here. It's not really the right size, but it'll work. Mount these up for decorations. I don't know when I'm going to actually get the bags on, so we'll just put them on the holes and make it pretty since we have it. Stand until we get some bags, we can always put the bags on at any time. Bags take a while. Any type of leather takes a while to be done properly. You have to take time. So we'll just put these little jewels on the hole. I've got another set coming. So I like it.
Looks good.
So, and again, if I'm boring you, can always, turn it off. We're going to go ahead and hopefully put this whole rear end together on this one video. I did put a video of putting the battery in. I didn't think you really needed to see me put battery in. got the bike, you noticed the original videos, we did not have a brake light. Once we cleaned all this, magically our brake light works. All of us was dirt up on the terminal up here. So the brake light's fine. I have one running light out in the front. I imagine that's probably dirt too, so we'll do that later. Get that front running light working. So everything's gonna go back together tonight. Hopefully the chain, except for the seat post. But we're still going through seat post pieces. I'm gonna take the best of what we got. Show you a bunch of differences when we get it all cleaned up. Make a good seat post out of this one. There's some differences between this one and that one and this one. A few different ones over the years. So we'll line all that stuff up and show you. I like it.
It's bringing out the red more.
That was the idea.
It's popping, the red's
Yeah.
popping more. So,
Pop in the red.
yeah, it's good.
So, when you have new old stock stuff and rough stuff, you just kind of mix and blend. Now, I made a mention earlier when I thought that this had been replaced. Now I got it clean. This is all chrome. This probably came with the bike. As you've seen in the videos, you can get chrome anywhere you want to get chrome. You can get nickel, wherever you want to get nickel. Just tell them what you want. They send it out to you. And it's the same part number. You just say chrome or nickel. Now, while I'm doing this, I want to bring to your attention why all this stuff happened. Today we have mega mall dealerships alongside the freeways because of the corporation of Harley Davidson that was today. It wasn't that long ago, we had much smaller dealerships that might have had 50 or 100 bikes a year in a much smaller building off the main freeway, and that was the new mega mall. That was AMF caused that. Before AMF, the average dealership, maybe, if he was big, he had 3 bikes, one of each type. And if he was really big, he had 2 of the big twins in a trike and a sidecar. Wow. So he had a 165, he had a KH, he had a Panhead, or prior to KH, he had a 45 Solo, and he had a sidecar, and he had a trike. And the rest, those were samples, the rest were ordered. That was a big dealership, guys. That was huge. Most guys had 1 bike. You ordered it. So when you could order it, and you had to order it anyhow, guess what you did? You ordered it any which way you wanted, because everybody had to order their bikes. That's how it was. That was a big dealership. You didn't walk in and see 50 knuckleheads sitting in a row. Didn't happen. Nobody had that. Nobody had that. Unheard of. So that's why he had all the special order stuff. Harley wanted to be the guy building the special order stuff. The dealers didn't inventory it. They didn't have the money. The literature you just saw me got, we've got the receipts. There were site drafts. Everything that he got, that he was selling, he was financing it. He was financing it as he got it in until he got the money from the customer. Because now, Rochester Harley Davidson was one of New York's biggest dealerships. One of the biggest. And he was financing every bike getting in because he didn't have the money. That's how big these guys weren't. They were not big. They were not big at all. So bring that over here so you can watch me do this side here.
Okay. Okay, I gotta get it off this.
So you cannot understand why the motorcycles were they were until you understand
I can't get this
the
thing.
dealership. You take it right off, click it over. Let's see.
I can't remember how to do this. I'm not gonna break this.
You just click it.
I forget
You
where it
press
was.
this and you pull it.
I couldn't remember.
you watch less yes to the dress and pay more attention to the shopping, maybe you remember the important things in life. Good thing you remember to feed me on occasion.
Oh,
We'd
gee.
be really in trouble.
Oh, gee.
That's my Missy, the brain dead one. That's why she likes me.
I don't appreciate those nasty comments,
Too
okay?
bad. I give it to you free. Like that.
Did you want me to hold this camera or not?
Yeah, I hold the camera.
Well, stop with the nasty comments, okay?
You don't appreciate my commentary?
No.
Oh, too bad. At least I'm not charging you too much.
Shut up.
Okay. A little decoration. Fill our holes. Make it pretty while we get our bag tree done. And don't you think you're going to be drop kicking me to the moon anytime soon? I might drag you along for the ride.
Yeah, shut up.
So, off camera, I went ahead and tapped the holes here for the brake adjusters and ran a die on the adjusters themselves. That way we know what we have. All our threads are clean, got any excess dirt out. You should always do that. You saw me tap some other stuff earlier. I didn't think you needed to be bored with that on the video. So, I did do that. There goes the bear. Who's there? Who's there? Woo! That's right. You tell him. Yeah, don't let him treat you that way, Doodoo. That's right.
What is he
Nixie's
seeing?
here.
No,
Nacho.
Nix. There's no more Nixie.
I know. He keeps hoping.
He's in hope.
He's in home. And here's the truck. And
He thinks Nixie's here, but it's not. So.
Nix was a
That
husky
reflection.
type Doodoo that used to come to visit Bear now and then and play with him as his buddy. His owner went and got another job and gave Nixie away. And he's
He
over there
didn't. He
hoping-
moved away.
Yeah. Hoping that Nix will reappear. That's why he's over there whining, because he hears the same truck. Poor baby. We take him to do the daycare as often as we can, just so he can play with little doodles. I've never seen such a sociable needs to play with other doodles dog than this one. Just like people, some people are, life of the party and have to know everybody. That's what this dog is. He's life of the party has to know everybody. All the people, all the dogs, play with everybody. Just watch out if you push a bike around and he don't approve. Where's that doodoo? Where is he? Okay. That looks pretty good.
Well, that looks really good. I like it.
Yep.
I like it. The only thing I don't like is the reflection from the lights. That
Well, I
you know.
gotta see what I'm doing, so.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Okay, you're done.
I'm done with that.
Okay.
Put these little washers back. So I don't trip on them.
Anything else you're gonna do? Is that it?
Oh no, we're just
We
getting
off?
started. You see, that's
Oh.
why you're over here.
Oh, I see.
You don't get off that easy. I'm not done with you yet. You have hours left of servitude.
Oh, shut up.
Hours.
Dog is cheap. Please shut up.
Okay.
What are you doing now?
Well, this here
Let me see.
is the proper bracket, which was missing for the wiring here. There's a small and a big section. The big section is for the rear wiring. Here it's thicker because it has a double wire. And the top one is for the battery terminal, like so. So we're going to put this on. This was missing on the bike. It's also missing on Greenie over there. So this come out of the stash. And of course, she wants to be recalcitrant about going on here. What else is new? Come on. has to go over the wire. One over the wire. East. Come on. I'm just a little bit dark. I'm probably seeing what I'm doing. Okay. There we go. This has to go here.
Oh, it fits perfect.
Yeah. Holds that wire there. Something like that. There we go. Perfect. So that's where it's supposed to be. That was missing. Okay.
So that was the wire really far away from the
Right.
battery.
Right. So the wire isn't getting frayed is the whole
Right.
concept. Rubbing.
Is it
Everywhere.
gonna
See,
be loose?
it's no.
Oh, it's pretty
it's
tight. Okay, it's pretty tight.
See, it's a spring steel. This is the original piece, and we gibbsed it and rusty coated it and cleaned it all up. It's
Oh, looks
new
great.
old stock actually. So these are new old stock, proper little nuts. Now, those of you unaware, this is a cover that looks like a stock battery with a sealed battery inside with a fuse. So if I go zap, there went my fuse. I got to pull it all apart, put a fuse in it, and there's plenty of time. So now off camera, I went and rewashed all this out again because it was still kind of nasty, but it's all greasy, clean now inside the seat post. So it's all there. Somebody has repaired it at one time here. That's a repair because it was obviously going up and down. I'm not going to worry about this as long as it doesn't have too much play. If I ever pull this bike down to the bare frame, then I'll worry about that. So unless I blow up a motor, it's not coming down to the bare frame, even if I pull the tranny out. So anyhow, so that's that. When we go through the clutch and the rocker clutch and all that, at that point in time, I will pull the transmission out, check it, see if I like it, rebuild it if I don't like it. Trannies are real easy to rebuild if you know what you're doing, which I will show on camera. No mystery to them. And we'll still do the whole front end, but I'm hoping we're going to have to move, and I want to just assemble the rear end of this bike, bugs on over there, and know real soon if that's the case. If we do move, Beanie's going to go back together so I don't lose any parts and be disassembled and dealt with accordingly. So for now, you have to do this in order. You can't put your rear end on until you get all this on. So that's what we're going to do right now. Put this on. Now this is an original paint piece that came off a 48 chassis. Now I kind of stole it off the 48 chassis because this is original paint here. So what I need to do is pull this off here. Come on. Recalcitrant. Okay. Yeah. I thought I was ready. Maybe I need to go get a tool. Always something. Yeah.
What were you doing this whole time?
Well, you know, picking nose, all that.
Okay, well.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Maybe I have it. Now, I might have to pull that little clip off, but I think I can get it on without shorting my battery. So we'll try and see how skilled I am. Yeah. Every time we video, they want to pay their little band of music. It never fails. Never fails with them people. Okay, so here we go. Torture, yes. That's not our band of music, guys. That's
Oh
not
my
us.
gosh.
Okay. So, now, why does this not want to line up? This should just line up, and it's not. Well, that ain't good. You're supposed to be all the same. That's why this is slotted. These are slotted holes. They're supposed to just line up, and it's not. That's a big pain in my butt. Okay. So, we shall recalibrate here and make it work. When in doubt, get a bigger hammer or screwdriver. Might have to loosen up the bottom. All this stuff is slotted for a reason. So. It's here. You just might have to put the camera down and get your hands dirty.
Oh no.
It's a privilege.
Oh, yeah.
A terrible privilege you get to have in life.
Oh really? Oh.
We should all be so
funny
grateful.
one. Yeah, right.
That's right. So, okay. You see this here? Okay, Cliff, here's one. Come on over here. There's not just any Missy I let hang out with me like this.
Yeah, right.
Right.
As if you had any other choice.
Well, yeah. I'm accepting volunteer Missies and you still have to be here, so too bad.
Oh, I see.
So come on over here. You get to get down here and hold these here so they don't do that.
Okay.
Put your one hand underneath.
I got it.
You gotta hold both. There's two.
Okay, fine.
There you go.
Oh, this is crooked.
It's supposed to be crooked. That one.
Oh, okay.
That's the whole plan.
Okay.
Let's see if we can
Yeah.
slide this under there.
Yeah, we got one. Now you gotta get the other one. Oh, perfect.
Under that there. Yay.
It's gotta get closer though.
Well, it's getting there. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring up Duncan again so we can all laugh at him. You spent hours and hours trying to get this aligned for baby. Hours, he says. Hours.
Hours and hours, okay.
Hours and hours.
So we got charged for all those hours?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay. And how long is this taking us?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Not very long.
2 minutes?
Yeah. That's about it.
2 minutes. And we got charged for hours and hours, okay.
Hours and hours, he said.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
Highway robbery.
highway robbery.
That's all I can say. That looks pretty good, honey.
Yeah, it's getting there. I'm gonna have to pull this side off. So put that side back.
Hmm.
There.
Yeah, it might take us many hours too.
Okay. Let's see. So here's the magic. You never tighten it all up till you stick it all on. You know, that's Mechanic 101. That everybody should know. Now, okay, I'm gonna step out of camera for a minute. I, of course, didn't bring my grease over. Imagine that. Never done such a thing.
You're supposed to grease the stuff?
No, I gotta grease these little bolts, which I'm gonna explain. All right, you can go ahead and get behind the camera. Your travail of the moment is over. I know, wipe the sweat off the brow and all that. Okay, now, as we went over these bolts before, and we cleaned them up, so we're going to pick the best out of the three. This one has the least threads on it, so we're going to use that one. I'm going to take a little grease and grease this bolt here, because I don't want it sticking into my frame like it did. Wow. Oh my God. Oh, ow, ow. A muscle spasm. I had a horrible time lining that up. Oh my God. I gotta charge Todd extra money.
How long did that take you? Less than 2 minutes?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
30 seconds.
Okay. So, the drama of the day.
I wonder if he even greased the nuts and bolts.
Oh no, of course not. I would have to pay a few extra thousand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So. Now these are specific here. Get a close up here. On this nut, there's a chamfered edge. It's real close. The chamfered edge always is where your lock washer goes. So pay attention to your nuts. Chamfered edge, this is a little edge right here. It's not on this side, it's on this side. That's where your lock washer goes.
Do I need to get around the other side?
No, we're good.
We're good, okay.
Tighten that up. Okay. Now you see how incredibly difficult that was. I'm sure a lot of mechanics who hate me right about now, but it's too bad. Now, just slide this right here. At least that's the plan. That's the last magic piece. Come on. There you go. Just like that. Again, always check for chamfered edges. Now, a guy I know by the name of Sid Chantlin restored a Vincent years ago, and they all have chamfered edges on the washers and the bolts. And he remade them all. It's like, Sid, man, you got patience at the sink, pal. Oh my God, I can't believe you did that. So, now, I'm going to actually tighten all this up. Now, what you don't want to do is just jam one tight and then wonder why it all cocks. You kind of snug, 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 snug until it gets tight. So that's what we're going to do. Woo! That's right, doo-doo.
I think they're who's that there?
He found something in our fat back there.
I think the raccoons are out there, that's why.
The coonies must be out, yeah.
Yeah. These must
The
be a
coonies are
raccoon.
out. The coonies are out.
Better be nice. Come here.
Come on. Now, if you notice, I'm tightening it from the inside. Now, there's a reason why, is that it's called habit. Because if you're tightening it from the outside, and you're dealing with nice paint, guess what you get the nick? So you wait till the last second to tighten it from the outside. Really flat nut, bolt rather, inside. So you got to grab it just right. It's got a very short head. Now again, I'm not tightening it up, I'm just snugging. I'm going to come down to my bottom pieces here. Now this rear bar is off the Blue Chassis 48. It's not the one that was on here. What was on here was chrome, and somebody blacked out over the chrome. So it tells me either it had rusted real bad or whatever. And since the front one is black, as you can see, it was incredibly difficult for me to take this on and off. So if I get hopefully a nice chrome front one, which is early, I've got chrome rear and I'll swap it out. But meanwhile, this blends in with that. So I can change that out and upgrade. I can change this out if I get a better one of these, that sort of stuff. So, but it's better than what was on there. What was on was a repaint, trying to blend it all in, try and make it look right. So I'm reblending it in to try and make it look, let's say, better.
Those little jewels really make the red pop.
Oh man, doesn't it? I knew
Yeah,
it would.
it really works well. I like it a lot. It's beautiful.
So I'm happy with the bags today, so I can go back on. I wanted to be able to be usable instead of just decoration. Just decoration. Okay, it's nice and tight there. Here.
What do you need, honey?
I'm just tightening all these pieces up. Okay, that's that. Beautiful day today, about 78 in California. We're on the coast. Gorgeous, sunny. It's rough, we just have to deal with it. Okay, now. We're going to. And this is 16ths. Go back in here. this here gets hooked under here. It goes like that under your buddy seat. Now, a Sport Solo didn't come with this. So when you see this on a bike with a solo seat, you know originally somebody had ordered a buddy seat option. And people back then, just like today, change seats around all the time. So seats get tore up. People sell a bike, keep a seat. They buy the bike, especially now, there's an extra seat because the seats bring so much money. They don't resell it with the extra seat. 30 years ago they did, not today.
So how did this experts know a bike came with a certain seat? If it's like,
Well,
how ridiculous! If your
don't.
seat tears, you
They
gotta
don't.
replace it.
People change stuff,
Oh,
but you're not going to have stuff that's dramatically out of era. So, what you want is something that would have been in the era of roughly when it was new.
Mm-hmm.
So, back when it was written, you wouldn't really care. But at one time, this was a $5 motorcycle. Nobody wanted. So it's not a $5 motorcycle anymore.
Wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking, don't I wish? Okay. So that's that. This goes like that. Yay. See, it all blends in.
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks good. I don't have chrome sticking out underneath my black that somebody obviously repainted. And it was probably original chrome, but I'm not going to strip it to see what I got. I have nice chrome ones of these. I'm sure I got better ones of these somewhere in my stuff, which is all boxed up. It was, as you see, really difficult for me to swap that around. It didn't take very long at all. It takes harder to get the ass end of it off to be able to do that because you've got to get into these bolts here. That's the big pain in the butt. Mm-hmm. So, anyhow, that's that. I'll go ahead and stop this video here. And we're going to start another one here right now and put this rear brake on and put the ass end of it back together and get everything done. So, anyhow, go ahead and shut that down and I'll see you guys.